Hey everyone, welcome to a daily news update. Quick, clear and straight to the point. We've got top stories from 30th of August lined up just for you. So plug in your earphones, grab your chai and let's get started. A US diplomat warned at the UN Security Council that recent Russian strikes on Dnipropetrovsk cast doubt on Russia's commitment to peace, hinting at possible future sanctions. China prepares to host the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO summit in Tianjin from August 31st to September 1st, at a time when President Trump's controversial tariffs remain a major global flashpoint. Thailand's Constitutional Court removed Prime Minister Pangtoton Shinawatra over ethical misconduct, prompting Deputy PM Phumtham Vechaichai to assume acting leadership. Record monsoon rains in Punjab submerged over 1,000 villages and 61,000 hectares of farmland, displacing approximately 1.46 million people in the state's worst flooding since 1988. The quirky Pentagon Pizza report tracking orders near US defense agencies noted a sharp spike, drawing viral attention and food analysts to the phenomenon. With US tariffs on Indian goods reaching 50%, businesses are increasingly eyeing Africa as an alternative manufacturing and export hub to mitigate cost pressures. European states activated the snapback sanctions mechanism targeting Iran's nuclear program, reviving previously lifted restrictions under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action JCPOA. Thailand's constitutional upheaval reflects rising scrutiny of leaders' ethics following revelations of inappropriate communications with Cambodia's Hun Sen. Former Speaker Andrei Purubi was assassinated in Lviv in what President Zelensky described as a carefully planned attack, raising alarms about domestic instabilities spilling over effects. Global M&A activity rises despite trade conflicts. Companies are pushing cross-border mergers and acquisitions as a strategic hedge against tariff volatility, diversifying presence in resilient markets. UN urges ceasefire in Gaza following escalation. News from India. Prime Minister Modi called for a strategic recalibration of ties with China, emphasizing regional stability through mutual respect and interest. The Union Cabinet approved India's quest to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games in Ahmedabad, signaling national reinvigoration of sports infrastructure and pride. Israel labeled Gaza City as a dangerous combat zone amid intensifying air raids, raising humanitarian alarms over civilian safety. The Sudarshan Chakra project, integrating precision strike and cyber capabilities, strengthens India's strategic autonomy, reflecting defense modernization efforts. This bolsters India's defense with a domestic Iron Dome-like system. US tariffs on India reach 50%, pressuring exporters. Trade tensions deepened as mutual tariffs between India and the US escalated to 50%, raising alarm among exporters across sectors. India's Q2 GDP growth surged to a 5-quarter high of 7.8%, emphasizing the resilience of India's economy despite global headwinds. Reliance's Jio Platforms plans on a significant initial public offering (IPO) in H1 2026, poised to be among the largest in Indian tech sector history. Japan pledged $67 billion in investments towards semiconductor manufacturing and AI collaboration with India, enhancing technological self-reliance. Goalkeeper Gurpreet Singh Sandhu starred in India's victory against Tajikistan in CAFA Nations Cup, reinforcing India's regional football momentum. Veteran batsman Rohit Sharma is slated to undergo the controversial Bronco test to prove match fitness ahead of upcoming series selectors. Ahead of the UN General Assembly UNGA, India denied visas to certain Palestinian officials, reflecting alignment with complex geopolitical balances. The proposed 130th Constitutional Amendment Bill empowers removal of the Prime Minister or Chief Minister if detained for 30 consecutive days for serious offences, bolstering accountability. Telangana News. The Telangana government announced it will introduce the Panchayat Raj Amendment Bill 2025 during the monsoon season to institutionalize 42% reservation for backward classes (BCs). The state presented the PC Ghosh Commission's report in pendrives to MLAs, withholding hard copies from BRS leader KCR due to his absence. BRS legislators invoked Ganapati Bappa Moria, we want urea slogans during assembly protests over persistent fertilizer shortages, highlighting farm distress. Persistent urea shortages prompted long queues and protests at PACS offices, severely affecting farming activity across districts like Kottegudem. A police officer slapped a Narayanpet farmer during a protest over urea lack. The widely circulated video intensified outrage and further protests. The Assembly's monsoon agenda includes financial and social reforms aimed at equitable representation, especially through quota codification. Digital-only release of the PC Ghosh Commission's report raised transparency questions, particularly regarding the Kaleshwaram project's financial oversight. The Telangana Legislative Assembly and Council convened for the monsoon session, signaling a packed agenda spanning urea crisis to reservation policy. News from Hyderabad. The Indian Meteorological Department (IMD) warned of intense rainfall over the next 48 hours, raising concerns about flooding and disruption. The Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation (GHMC) urged officials to ensure peaceful and secure arrangements for Ganesh idol immersions ahead of Ganesh Chaturthi. Visiting UK medical teams will conduct complimentary heart surgeries at NIMS Hospital, offering healthcare benefit to undeserved populations. A tragic case surfaced in Jagityal where a 3-year-old boy succumbed after a dog bite. Alarmingly, he did not receive the anti-rabies vaccine. GHMC's Indie Puppy Adoption Mela successfully placed 22 puppies into new homes, highlighting civic animal welfare initiatives and local engagement. In Pro Kabaddi League opener at Vishwanath Sports Club, UP Odas clinched a 40-35 victory over home team Telugu Titans. And that's a wrap on today's headlines. If you enjoyed the update on the go, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really helps us keep the news coming your way. Thanks for tuning in, and do let us know if you have any stories you'd like to hear in the form of an audiobook. See you tomorrow with more stories that matter. Take care.